Hello there, Reject Nation. I'm Greg Ella.
I'm John Humphrey.
We're going to watch a highly, I've seen this in the comments or Facebook messages. George Lucas reacts to Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker final trailer. Salty celebrity deepfake. This comes courtesy of Collider Videos. Our friends over there. John's actually supposed to go on Movie Time
this week.
John has been fired. I was on Collider Live last week.
And we're back. We've lost someone.
We lost to Scott Mans.
We lost to Scott Mans.
Are you surprised? Scott Mans
Of course
started...
not. He's probably socializing out there.
He's going around as the mayor of Hollywood.
Yes.
That's what we call Mans sometimes.
Yes, because every time he shows up to a screening, he's saying hi to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I love about Scott, though. That energy, he's always so pleasant. Like, I would be exhausted.
Secret racist, though. I think everyone should know that.
So they are a good friend, so I'm sure we're okay with covering this. I've been doing a lot of deep fakes lately. I'm just excited to see if this is actually funny or not. It must be, considering the amount of people who have been asking for this. All right, let's check it out.
All right, guys. Well, is this the background that we're going to use? Is there a way we can do like a green screen? We bring in a green screen?
That looks very real.
No, it's creepy.
He just follows me around with a green screen.
Oh, the blur, too.
Yeah, I mean, I've reacted. Certainly. I've reacted at these, but never like this before.
Wow.
Okay.
That is so good.
Oh, God, kill me. Oh, there it is. There's my name. Another check for Daddy. There's this end door. Oh, you dropped something. A plot.
Plot.
Oh,
no.
What
Of course, the end of Empire, Luke had his hand taken off, and Han Solo was in carbonite or whatever. Oh, this is great. It's great because I didn't make it. Ultimately, I'm not to blame. Oh, that's Rose. Her sister died or something trying to throw a space grenade. And they saved a bunch of horses or something. Oh, look, it's Camino. Look at that. That's where all the cloners live. Oh, I can actually feel my life essence draining from me as I watch this. This thing needs more Gungans. Oh, you guys get all pissed off. Worked up. One of Ralph McQuarrie's pieces, just taking a shit on that. Hey kids, you ever see a Star Destroyer come out of the ocean? Well, you're gonna see it now. People give a shit about Jar Jar Binks and say, "Oh, this is stupid." Well, are you happy I'm gone now? You don't have Daddy to kick around anymore because this is what you get. What is that? Look at there's C-3PO. And there's a hairdryer as a robot. There's just soccer ball as a robot, a hairdryer. Let's put a dildo in there. Because you know what? You're just f***ing my Saga right in the
Saga.
That's what this is. Merry Christmas. You know what that sound is? That's the sound of 1,000 executives just taking a shit on my work.
Oh, man.
Oh, look, it's desert. It's not a desert planet. Oh, I wonder which one this is. How exciting. The saga will end. Thank God. Put it out of its misery. Oh, there's the space horses. Ooh, good. Thank God. Thank God they tied up that gem of a storyline. Oh, I'm so relieved they didn't make this. I'm so relieved. This makes Attack of the Clones look like Citizen Kane.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Take a lightsaber to the Saga's head and just cauterize that thing because it's time to put this to bed. You know, I know the ending of this film. I'm going to spoil it for you. Spoiler alert. Here's how the film ends.
Gosh.
You ready? At the very end, Star Wars dies. Well, I think my favorite part about the trailer was the beginning when it said my name. It said Lucasfilm. You know, the whole idea of the hero's journey was you have someone who is leaving home for the first time into a new world, and they don't have any skills, and they fail time and again. And I guess in the new series, they've rewritten the hero's journey to where the hero is already perfect at, you know, attacking the enemy and wielding a lightsaber, and ultimately learning how to meditate not just one stone, but like 30 of them, which is helpful because then the crystal foxes can escape the cavern. I mean, you see what I mean? It's absolute shit. And at this point, people have asked me if I would like to do more Star Wars. I was really deeply hurt by the fan response to the prequels. You know, when those movies came out, they were very risky for me because they were more operatic. They were more tone poems. It wasn't about dialogue or acting or logic or reason. or any semblance of traditional filmmaking in any way that we've ever known it since the beginning of cinema. And the fact that people for some reason didn't like that was very upsetting to me, so I just said, I'm out. So I think with this film, Star Wars has officially died. But I am still here.
That laugh and head bob is so accurate.
Oh, well done. And that wig, though, is tremendous.
I got lost in that. I mean, other than, it's a deep fake, so you're going to notice some things that look a little off, like around the eyes especially. I don't know who at Collider is doing this. Whenever you go to Collider, it's like this warehouse studio, and they got like multiple rooms and multiple sets, and then there's always like 3 sections. Usually Dennis Zane is in one of those sections where I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing here?
Yeah.
Freaking weird. What is going on here?
I believe this was Dorian.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
No, it's impossible. Dorian's black.
They could have deepfaked it.
How?
What do you mean?
His hands are real.
Is that on black guy's hands? All right. Whatever. I did get lost in this because after a while I stopped viewing it as a deepfake. I just started viewing it as this is really George Lucas.
Just bitter old George Lucas.
Yeah.
Bitterly watching the Star Wars trailer.
I got lost in that, and I started taking everything he was saying as factual George Lucas thoughts. You know what I mean?
Imagine, yeah, you can imagine him saying these things and feeling.
It's pretty aligned with a lot of what we've heard George Lucas say so far.
White
actually.
slavery.
I sold them to the white slavers that take these things and
This is the best Rise of Skywalker reaction that has come out thus far.
Yeah. I really wish like the company would like hit them up and be like, can we use this reaction? We want to use it for a compilation. Oh yeah, this was savage just in the cracks he was making too.
Oh, you dropped something. The plot.
Oh yeah, of a guy who, he's handed this franchise. I like the idea with this character is of the George Lucas character of this guy who has handed off this franchise, is so disappointed with what's happening. He barely even remembers the events of what has happened in like Force Awakens and Last Jedi. Like when he's talking about Rose and like, hey, saved her sister, and, like a bunch of horses.
Space grenade thing. Yeah. That one thing about being glad somebody else is making it because this time I'm not to blame. That I bet that's a real thing that George Lucas probably feels.
That's what the whole review was about.
Yeah.
When he was talking about after the reaction, it was a tone poem. Everything was not about acting and everything.
It wasn't about any type of filmmaking that ever explored up until this point.
Who did they get to do this? This is incredible. Next time we go to Collider, or you're supposed to go pretty soon, we got to find out. Because
This is Wendy.
This was Wendy Lee right here the whole time.
She does a great George Lucas. She does a great The Rock. All sorts of people.
I would love to hear like a podcast with George Lucas, not some like quick red carpet interview or some press interview, but like a full-on podcast with George Lucas after Rise of Skywalker comes out to know what he thinks of the whole new trilogy. Yeah, to see what all his thoughts are in depth. I think a lot of people would tune in for that. That's like the only podcast I would ever react to.
Sitting there for an hour, like,
sitting there with headphones. He totally dissed Ryan Johnson. Yeah. Well, I hear he hates Last Jedi. Anyway, that's not a surprise.
No.
This was great. Good job, Collider Videos. I could see why everyone was asking us to check this out. This was really well done. I got lost in it. You guys can subscribe to Collider as soon as you can. Keep a lookout for whenever John and I are back there. Subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click that notification bell. I would like to end this with a Patron of the Day shout out to a man named Jake Stewart. Specifically chose you for this, buddy, because we talk weekly on Patreon, and he did say Patreon, plug Patreon.
Did you get the message yet? Yeah. Subliminal.
A couple months ago, I wanted to make sure you were the one who told me this. We're talking about Starsborn, and you said you're making your way through the new list Collider released of 100 essential movies for budding cinephiles. Considering this is a Collider video, since Jake is one of the people who's actually honoring this 100 essential movie viewing list, I wanted to shout you out because you have been a great supporter of The Real Rejects. You've clearly been an incredible supporter of Collider videos. I want to give you a list of 100 essential episodes of TV you have to watch. And I got nothing here. This is a terrible joke. This is terrible.
I'm gonna make you a list of 100 deep fakes you need to watch.
So disappointed.
It's gonna take a long time though, because there probably aren't 100 deep fakes.
Such an awful joke.
Jake,
God. No.
Give me a massage, man.
got no
I could use a
jokes.
massage from you.
Where
I'll
you-
come to you and get a massage.
Ah.
To you.